So in resolution of vector, it means that there is a process in which you have to split a vector into its two components. The process of splitting a force vector into two or more force vectors is known as the resolution of forces, and the force vector is obtained is called the components. How can it possible that if one vector is split into two vectors? For example, if there is a vector, for example, if I draw vector, this is x-axis and this is y-axis, this is origin, and x and y-axis are positive. And if I draw this vector in this direction, this is force vector F. If I want to split this vector into two components, I just have to follow certain steps. It means that this is actually some graphical techniques which we have to retain, because the vectors are still represented by arrowheads. And any kind of vector here, the only the word force is mentioned. It doesn't matter any kind of vector, whether it is acceleration, it is velocity, you can also use the same processes. So we have to use the process. Actually, it is the opposite of addition of vector. So let us now resolve the vector into its component. There is a very simple way you have to do. Firstly, from the head or the tail of a vector, just draw a perpendicular on x-axis, and then from the same point draw a perpendicular on y-axis, right? This line and this line, actually these are two components of this force vector F. This line is parallel to y-axis, so if this is Fy, and this line is parallel to x-axis, this is Fx. So in this box, if this is the angle theta of this force, in this box, this is a vector, and these four sides are the components of these vectors. Two components are here, we have to make the comparison of this, and two components are here, we have to make the comparison of these components also, because from here to here this line is on x-axis, so it is Fx, and from here to here this line is on y-axis, so it is Fy. So whether you want to take these two vectors or you want to take these two components, it's fine. Either take these two or take these two, from because this is from the tail and this is from the head. So Fx and Fy are these two components of the vector, and this vector is actually splitted into two components. It is splitted, so it means that one component is Fx and the other component is Fy, and these are also the vector quantities. So you have to use this kind of terminologies. So the next step is to find the value of Fx and Fy. We will draw a diagram, and from the diagram you can solve the values of F and x and Fy. So now I'm gonna move towards your book little bit, so that's why you can also follow your books. This is the definition for the resolution of the vector. The process of splitting of a force vector into two components, two or more force vectors, is called resolution of the vectors, and it's obtained by and this is the component. Is vector addition of more than two forces possible by head to tail rule? Yes, I already told you. For more than two vectors, you can also add the vectors. Let us consider this is the original force in which this thing is this heavy weight is moved towards this direction by the man, and it is pulled by the force applying. This is applied force, and these two are the components of applied force. This is parallel to y-axis, so this is y component, and this is parallel to x-axis, this is x component. So it has